What do you want to talk about, dear Ryan?
What should we fire off first?
First of all, let's just get right into that Saints bullshit. I'm just gonna say that
This
obvious.
is a week later, and it was so bad. Everybody still is
Well-
all over it. Yesterday, it's hard to imagine that the NFL, for something that didn't actually happen, is a $26,000 plus.
I got it. $26,739 fine. How'd they come up with that number? They just fucking.
That's a nice round number, right?
It's like they played Prices Right.
Yeah, it's like go. This is what your number's gonna be.
Over under. Yeah, you gotta sink this putt, and this is what your fine's gonna be.
Truthfully, it's actually embarrassing for a league that makes that much money. It's almost like they're, I don't know. It's.
How can they fine him for something he wasn't penalized for?
Yeah,
it's like those hits in hockey that Tom Wilson keeps getting fined for. When he doesn't, there's no penalty on the play, but then they're like, "Oh, we're gonna fine you now because our refs suck
Wilson's
balls."
a dirty fucker, though. And when somebody else goes back at Wilson,
you're gonna hear that because we drink on there.
Wilson, when somebody goes back at Wilson, it's a problem, right? But Wilson, it's okay when he does it. You know,
who's Wilson? Oh, Tom Wilson.
Yeah. The other thing with Tom Wilson and the Capitals, I can't tell you. With Alexander Ovechkin, and he won the Stanley Cup last year after
Tom Wilson did too.
Well, after 92 years.
Okay, hang on, right there. How come no one ever blocks his shot? Like, every goal he gets is from that same fucking spot, right on the circle. He winds up, everyone knows it's coming, and no one guards him. It's like, just put a guy on the circle in the dot, and that guy would never fucking score.
You can't. When you're dealing with guys that good, that's a unique beast.
How?
That's a unique
How is it that
beast.
good to skate to a spot and take a slap shot?
A one-timer, bang. There you
Yeah,
go.
well, no one's there to cut. Anyways, go on with the. Okay, so you're saying
Hey,
Ovechkin.
did you see that thing? I don't know if it was on Facebook, and it was one of the recent. I think it was on yesterday Facebook. It was before and after crack, and there's 3 different pictures, and then you've got
just crackheads. Their pictures like, hey, we're
three legitimate,
like they're graduate pictures. They're like ready to attack the world, and then 5 minutes later or 5 years later, it's like, hey, Tommy's been hitting the pipe for 15 years.
But then the 14-year-old, or then the fourth picture, it's a picture of Connor McDavid when he first got drafted, and Connor McDavid.
He's got that blinky eye like Amanda P Day, where one eye blinks before the other one. Did you ever notice that?
I'm talking like the Edmonton Oilers.
You ever notice that? It's like this. It's like it's like he's not loud. It's like.
Well, that's the whole crack thing. That's what he looks like. If you look at when he first was drafted,
his one eye's on crack.
Yeah. Well, you got to do something if you're an Edmonton Oilers fan.
At this point,
it's hard to imagine that they've got Edmonton Oilers have actually gotten like 8 first-round, actually like 10 first-round draft picks in like the last 4 years.
That
Like,
might not be accurate, but they have had a lot of number. It's like Pittsburgh before them when they got Fleury, Malkin, Crosby.
Yeah, but they won a Stanley Cup. They won a few. Like
and
made it go.
Edmonton's like the furthest away. Like it's like Connor McDavid.
It's a management problem. Upper management has all got to go. Until that happens, that organization is going nowhere.
Oh, they just pay the Milan Lucic contract is bullshit, and the Cam Talbot, although great name. He is not worth that money. Yeah, when the Russian European goalie backup with the mixed match pads is playing them, and Hitchcock's like, whoever wins is going to be my goalie.
Yeah,
it's basically like us being their general manager at this point.
That's the thing. Like Edmonton's gone through so many. We had Dallas Eakins from Peterborough. There were so many great coaches that were there. There were so much great hockey players.
Yeah, and Shirley had no fucking patience for him.
Man, this is not his fault. He's only been there for 2 years, hasn't he?
I don't know.
3 years?
He came there. He signed. I saw it the other day. He signed some bullshit contracts. Don't even bother bringing. They're just horseshit. The McDavid one, I get. He's got to make big money. Draisaitl, he got so overpaid. It's ridiculous. And then they made this Strome trade. So they trade Eberle for Strome, and then they trade Strome for Spooner, and then they cut Spooner. So they basically traded Eberle for a pack of pucks.
But isn't it ironic? Got all these really good first-round draft picks. Like Jordan Eberle is one good hockey player.
Sure he is.
And then you put him in Edmonton,
And
he
he's
shits the bed. You take him out. Well, he did well.
He
in
did
Edmonton
all right
too.
there. He wasn't.
okay.
Yeah, and they traded Taylor Hall for the defenseman who.
Taylor Hall is one of the best players in the league last year.
Exactly.
In the best league in the world.
Yeah, but they were afraid. I think they were afraid that they were going to overpay before they overpaid. Right? Does that make sense?
Nope.
No? Well, come on, it does. They were afraid that they were going to have to pay all these people, like the Leafs. The Leafs are in that thing, and then they were like, "Oh shit!" And then last minute panic, and they pay me.
You know what the thing with the Leafs though?
Whether
you're a Leaf, if you're a Leaf fan or you're not a Leaf fan, no player in the world, like any player in the league who's young, talented, and wants to win a Stanley Cup, you want to play for Brendan Shanahan and Mike Babcock as a coach.
Sure you do, but then every time you play a game and like. You just look at these guys. Like Mitch Marner has to come out and answer these questions. The poor kid, it's like he had 4 assists that game. Well, and then they're asking him why they lost 5-4. Like it's just ass. It's ass.
Mitch Marner is a friggin'. He's 12 years old, but he's a beast.
Oh, he's unbelievable hands, right?
He's a beast.
They put him in line with Matthews the other night, and then Kadri scores a hat trick out of nowhere. I don't know. They're well coached. I don't know if they'll go deep because they'll run into my Boston Bruins.
So
yeah, you gotta be careful. So anyway, we were gonna bring up the Saints game shit there.
All right, that's how we started this.
Yeah, we have to talk about. We're both huge. If you guys don't know us, if you're gonna watch this for the first time, we are huge football fans. I am not a Packers fan. I hung this up because we're at this idiot's house. I brought my Tony Romo jersey over. He told me to bring something, whatever. But
Tony
anyway,
Romo is
Tony
awesome. Romo's actually he's probably one of the toughest quarterbacks of all time.
Oh, gee, got his basically a broken in half.
Who breaks his back and comes back? Here, we're gonna put some bubble gum and some duct tape on that.
Yeah. And then they're all like, "Okay, Dak's starting this year." He's like, "Oh, okay, I'll come in." Back up in week 17, throw 2 touchdowns and 150 yards in 10 minutes, and then say peace out. But yeah, good luck, Dak. Yeah, good luck missing wide open receivers. God, Romo, don't even talk to me about this here.
When you see him do when he's commentating on air, his hands are like the size of.
No, that's Treichman. Treichman's hands.
No, but Tony Romo's hands are friggin' huge.
Are they too? Yeah.
You ever seen Michael Strahan's phalanges? Like he puts them down and he can twist them. Remember what's that show he did that Justin Trudeau was on with Michael Strahan and the blonde?
Oh, he does he's like Steve fucking Harvey. He does every show.
But whatever. Strahan, everyone loves him.
Strahan's funny because he refuses to get his teeth fixed, right?
Or his fingers.
Yeah, I got bad teeth. I get that. I've had a couple teeth problems, knocking them out. Anyways. But the point is, Strahan's got $1 zillion and he won't fix the 4-foot gap in his teeth. Like, come on, man. But again, everybody likes him. Like you said, he does every show.
That's a vending machine.
He's a vending machine? I don't know what that analogy is all about. Anyhow, but okay, let's get to this fucking Saints go. What do you think?
I think the same as everybody else. Everybody saw it. You can't have an opinion that's different than ours because everybody's got this. There's not opinion. We saw it. It's black and white. It's everybody saw it.
Yeah. So okay. So if you just came out from under a rock and you're a football fan, so Nickell Robey-Coleman. Great name. That's a great name.
That's almost as good as Hawk.
Yeah, that's way better than Finn. I'll tell you that. So Nickell Robey-Coleman was fined $26,739 for a hit on a defenseless receiver, which was not called pass interference in the red zone with 1:39, I believe, left in the game.
Yeah.
So both refs kept the flags in the pocket. What do you think? Obviously, it cost the Saints a trip to the Super Bowl.
There's no question about that. And everybody acknowledges that. Again, like I said, there's no point. I mean, here we are a week later, and it's just a major topic of discussion. But it's not the topic of discussion. Isn't exactly that specific play. What it is it's overall. Like the same thing happened. The same thing happened in the KC New England game.
No.
Yeah, why did the referee not tell KC at the end of the game, okay, you're offside? Every single game,
The
every
ref
single
doesn't
play.
tell you you're
Yes,
offside. Like,
they
no,
do
your coach does that in
100% of the
practice
time.
8,000 times. No.
His hand was over it before the ball's in play. It's no different than a referee in hockey. Whether you are playing Bantam hockey or NHL hockey.
Your ref doesn't tell you, hey man, you're offside. You're a professional. You've done this a zillion times.
The referee will warn you, get out of the circle or move back or we're throwing the centerman out before we drop this puck. It's the same goddamn thing.
We're talking about D Ford, obviously. He was like a yard offside.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah, like
it wasn't good either way.
You ever seen that guy? He looks like Zeus, remember from wrestling back in the day? That big dude that tried to fight Hulk Hogan. Juice offside. But that interception would end that game. But the Saints had a chance in overtime to finish it.
Yeah, back to that topic. Let's finish that topic before we start another one again. Because we keep just...
Yeah, we keep ignoring that.
There's so much. But that is just so bad. The fact that the NFL, it's really, really poor for the NFL. It's $1 billion organization, and they fucking... The referee is so piss poor that they...
It's been inconsistent all year. It's been inconsistent 4 years. Like, I'll go back to the Dez play and if you're a Pittsburgh fan, the Jesse James play. Like, okay, football move. They don't know the fucking rule book is basically what it is.
Well, this is what I'm saying about this play itself is bigger than that play. It's the whole season has been terrible. It's been deteriorating. Remember, right off the bat, obviously a Green Bay guy, Clay Matthews.
Oh yeah,
hit. And it's a roughing the pass.
And he even made sure to get off him without putting like he looked like
2 weeks in a row.
He looked like he just sacked a newborn and realized, hey, I just sacked a newborn. He's like, oh my god, I'm sorry, and didn't try to get up and he's trying to get up all nice and everything. And then he gets flagged to the 15-yarder. Oh my god, yeah, no.
I remember PVRing that game on the Friday night, and then Carrie, Tommy, and I had to go down to Michigan for lacrosse on the Saturday. We get back on the Sunday night about 8 o'clock, and I'm going to watch this game, and I'm watching the flag, and I can't even believe what I'm seeing.
Can't believe what you're seeing, eh? Yeah, okay. Dave the Viking in the background is distracted Ryan Smerry at this point.
Why would you?
So he's doing his production shit. For anyone first watching, this is our first podcast. This is not gold by any means, but we're just trying to entertain you at this point.
I like to. I'm entertaining myself.
You are an entertaining man. Who else? Is
on a day like today, though, it's a Saturday afternoon.
Minus 15.
This is what
he's
you and I
wearing
be
a
doing
fucking
anyway.
Hawaiian shirt.
We'd be having beers. We'd be I got my orange shorts on.
It's basically what we'd be doing.
Anyway,
just talking, and I've always enjoyed it. Like, this is why we've been friends for so long. We've been friends since we met.
Something remind me to tell you something off air. I can't tell you on air.
Why?
Because
why would you allude to that on air? No, you got to say it now.
No.
You let her make up something real fucking quick.
Okay. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Shut up.